Hey guys, welcome back to Psychcinct. My name is Prescott here at Psychcinct, the Sync Psychology, and today we're going to continue Chapter 2 Research Methods from the Psychology Applied to Work 12th edition textbook. Now, last time we kind of got introduced to primary research methods, the process of research methods, and started going over the primary research methods. So we're going to continue the primary research methods, which there's only one left of, which is the non-experiment. So there's no manipulation of variables in a non-experiment or assignment of participants to a condition. Example, a survey of employment attitudes or a questionnaire about your work satisfaction. You just hand them the survey and that's it. There's no manipulating variables, changing things around, that kind of thing. So continuing on, we're going to start with our secondary research methods. So the first one is archival research. You have the extraction of information from existing records, which can include personal records, customer databases, or any other existing source. Lengthy data collection can be avoided, so you don't have to spend a lot of time conducting your research when the research is already available and you're pulling it from archives, other studies, that kind of thing. Some cons of archival research: missing data are common and data is not always aligned well with theory, and the databases can be cumbersome. What that means, many databases are hard to navigate unless you have some pretty heavy training. It's not as simple as navigating an archive of information ain't the same as just Googling, how to do something real quick. Not that easy. Well, not all the time. And then researchers relying on archival data are at the complete mercy of their data. That means they have to just use what is available, which may not directly align with the preferred ways to define or measure variables. They might be wanting to measure and define the variables in slightly different ways, but if they're using the archival research method, they just have to make do with what they have. They can't change that. Going on, we have meta-analysis. So meta-analysis is a quantitative secondary research method for summarizing and integrating the findings from original empirical research studies. It's combining findings from other studies and combines into a single conclusion. So you have the statistical study of studies, aggregate results. It's an estimate of a true relationship, and a true quotation relationship, because it's the result of numerous studies and that are a better approximation of the truth than one single study, because you're analyzing across different research studies. You're combining numerous studies, the findings of those, into one simple conclusion. So it's the best, it's like the true findings, I guess. You have subjective decisions. And so instead of using every study ever on a subject, to come up with your meta-analysis, your one conclusion, you select those that meet some level of empirical quality or rigor to be used in your meta-analysis. Some problems: garbage in, garbage out. Your results of your meta-analysis are only going to be as good as the studies used and selected. So if you pick by accident some bad studies, not accurate studies, then your results from your meta-analysis aren't going to be good because you didn't use good sources, good other studies, not sources, other studies. So the file drawer effect on non-published studies refers to selectively, file drawer, like you just put in a little file, put it away, selectively excluding studies that reported negative results for their test. So the findings from meta-analysis are inevitably biased in an upward direction, and there's a problem from differences in level of analysis of original studies. So level of analysis refers to the unit or level, so individuals, teams, or organizations, that is the object of the researcher's interest. So for example, you can't use a study that measures individual attitude of people working as a team with a study that measures the attitude of different teams working together, because it's a different unit, the individual versus the group, and therefore you can't combine those findings to make your one simple finding your meta-analysis. Going on, we have data mining. So it's a secondary research method in IO that looks for patterns of association among the measured items in very large data sets, and is used to study consumer shopping methods. So it's big data, use a lot of information across large data sets. It's used to reveal patterns of large data sets again, characterized by its immense volume, velocity, and variety. Because you think about like data mining, it's like data, I don't know, to me it just sounds big. Like mines are big, data's, makes you think of like science and computers, so it sounds big and fancy, even though it's a short word. And variables recorded as yes or no, as no maybe, or sentence response. It uses correlation coefficient and other statistical indices, but is not necessarily used to test theories. It's just gathering data. So, qualitative research. So qualitative is a class of research methods in which the investigator takes an active role in interacting with the subjects he or she wishes to study. It's not new. It actually the origins of qualitative research go all the way back to the Greeks, ancient Greeks, who desired to document human history. And qualitative research requires the researcher to be more personally immersed in research rather than a distant observer. So you're not just, behind a, glass door or a window and just, writing down on a notepad your findings. You're getting more involved directly in your research. So ethnography, you have etic or etic and emic perspectives. So etic perspective is an approach to researching phenomena that emphasizes knowledge derived from the perspective of a detached investigator in understanding a culture, and it's often contrasted with emic. Now, emic is an approach that emphasizes knowledge derived from the participants' awareness and understanding of their own culture. So, etic, outside perspective, not familiar with the culture. Etic or emic is, emphasizing that the participants are aware and have knowledge and understanding of their own culture. So think about it sure, you've seen movies where somebody goes to a new area, new culture, country, whatever, and they're an outsider and they're, just trying to figure out the culture of the new place. That's etic. Emic, I'm sorry if I'm saying these wrong, is, like a movie where somebody, they already know about their own culture. They're not the outsider, they've grown up in it and they're aware of their own culture. It's useful for providing different perspectives on topics that require innovation and new thinking, but it is still rarely used in I/O compared to quantitative research. So quantitative used more often than qualitative. So sources of data. Organizational records are a source of data consisting of information collected and maintained by an organization for reasons other than research and can be helpful in other research methods. It's frequently used in archival research, and again, maybe ideal to control for differences in groups using statistical techniques. So questionnaire, response rate problem, that refers to you can give out 1 million questionnaires, but how many people are going to respond to your questionnaire? That's a problem. Truthfulness of responses, so whether or not people are being truthful in their response, because even if it's it's an anonymous questionnaire, people will still, well, no, not so much for anonymous, but you give somebody a questionnaire and it's asking them like, do you have thoughts of hurting somebody? Have you ever smoked or done this, or how much do you drink a week? People might lie because they don't want, the researcher to, judge them and think they're a bad person. So that's an issue because you don't know if you're actually getting 100% truthful responses from your questionnaires that you get. And, internet surveys are just kind of like questionnaires. I know I have to do a survey at the end of each semester for my classes about, how was the quality of the class? Did you understand what you were being taught? That kind of thing. And I always choose to just skip them because I just don't care about answering that. So there's an example of response rate problem for you. So let's see. Wait one second. Go from there. Oh, never mind. Sorry, guys. Got distracted there. So, actually, we are going to stop there for today. I think that I will just wrap up this chapter, research methods, in the next video. I hope to see you guys there, and I hope you found this video educational and, at least somewhat entertaining. But I will hopefully see you guys next time. Have a great day. Again, my name is Prescott at Psychcinct, Succinct Psychology, and see you later. Bye.